Welcome to episode 4 of Common Sense Pod, where we are documenting our journey as two first-generation Nigerian-American millennials trying to figure it out financially, and hopefully we can all learn a thing or two as we embark on this journey. I'm your host, Dami, and here's my co-host, Umar. What's up, brother?
Not much. Doing well. This is our first in-person episode, so I'm quite excited for this one.
Yeah, in person, hit a little different.
No, yeah, it's a long time coming. We've been talking about this, so it was easier to do over Zoom. But if you're not watching this on YouTube, if you're listening on the audio version, we're basically in person for the first time.
Yeah. I pulled up to Umar, so we're recording this live from the city.
The city.
From the city.
Location undisclosed.
Undisclosed, but everybody knows where you live.
But I know last episode you were talking about having your party, so that's another reason why he's in town. So how did that go? Give the people a little gist.
It was good. It was a good time. I'm happy that everyone came and had a great time with us. But I mean, you were a guest, so you probably have a better perspective on how the party went.
Not for sure. So I was one of the prestigious guests that was invited to Dami and his fiance's party. It was definitely a great time. They did a good job hosting everyone that was there. They had thoughtful events planned out, activities throughout the weekend.
Gifts,
great
party
food,
favors.
gifts, yes. Food was really good. So everyone had a good time for sure. Y'all did a good job. Specifically for Dami, I'll talk about. So basically, this is where like he gave his groomsmen their boxes, and so basically it was like a shoe box, and on top of it had like the NBA logo that was like that said NBA draft, groomsmen drafting, and then within the box, you have like these like grown men gifts with your initials on it, so it was personalized for each person. So mine had my initials on it, so I was like, okay, that's a nice touch to it. Nice touch.
Grown man gifts, what you said? Grown man gifts?
Grown man gifts. Yeah, for sure.
So I think it's safe to say I'm 2 for 2 on my party so far. This is the second time I've thrown a party. I'm 2 for 2.
Hey, I'm not trying to blow your head up.
I'm 2 for 2. I'm 2 for 2. I'm 2 for 2.
It was okay.
I'm 2 for 2.
But would you say this counted as a big purchase for you put together?
For sure. I think even in our last episode 3, major purchases in your 20s, go check that out. A lot of the things I was talking about, I mean, I've learned them in life, but I was implementing them in the planning of this process. Just like planning in this party, just having to think about some of those things and making sure we were able to pay for everything such a way that it didn't really hurt us too much financially at the time. Like, I mean, it's not cheap to throw a party. It's not cheap to host people.
Exactly.
So these are all things we have to plan, and then we still have to make sure we have money for the weekend as well as for money after the weekend. So yeah,
exactly. You don't use all your money for the party. So I mean, yeah, like we said in our last episode, big purchase in your 20s, we talked about like the best way to like understand how to save for these big purchases, when to make big purchases. And so that was, I feel like, something that was really applicable in our everyday life for sure. So definitely check that out. But for today, what do we have for the people?
Yeah, today our conversation is going to be money and relationships. Before we start, make sure you guys give us a like, follow us on our socials, and comment anything you like from this episode below. We'd love to see your activity. And if you like this in person, make sure to support our channel so I can afford to move to where Umar lives so we can shoot more in-person episodes. If I don't see no activity, no interactions, I'm going to just know y'all don't want me to move here and y'all don't want the in-person episode.
Facts.
All right, so episode 4, money and relationships.
Okay.
So in life, you have different relationships with people. We have relationships within our families, with our significant others, with our friends, even with our coworkers, and money tends to play a role in all of these relationships. Of all these relationships, which would you say is the most sensitive or like touchy when it comes to money?
Right off the bat, I'll say there are 2 that I would say that are really touchy. Personally, I would say like relationships with your significant other, like your romantic partner. Obviously, money is going to be involved, like you live with this person or you're with this person. But one that I would say is specifically touchy is family. So money, your relationship with your family when it comes to money, that is specifically a touchy one for me personally. But I'll say, I think another reason why is that just being Nigerian-Americans, not even just Nigerian-Americans, but being the firstborn of the family as well, I think we're thrown into that position of being the person that take cares of the
The
family,
third parent.
the third parent, especially when it comes to finances, of a little earlier than we're anticipating or expected. Like you can see like young men in their 20s trying to establish themselves early on, but then you have family that's relying on them, like trying to send money back home, assist family members back in Nigeria. And all of that can kind of lead to some type of animosity within your family if you're not providing that support. To them, they might see you as someone that can do all of these things, not knowing that you have a lot of things that you're trying to figure
Going on
out
for
as your own.
yourself.
You have your own financial journey. So I think just having that relationship with your family when it comes to money, there can cause some issues. Just like the whole WhatsApp issues, like out of nowhere, you can just have like a family member message you on WhatsApp and just be like, "Oh, I need $100, I need $200. Like your auntie's not feeling good. We need this, and that." So it's just like all of these can be quite overwhelming for someone trying to establish themselves financially. And
I don't get them WhatsApp messages. I deleted WhatsApp for like a good 3-4 years. I deleted that app to avoid that.
no, nah, yeah. I mean, shit, that might be something I need to do, but that's just. I would say that's one of the reasons why I would say that relationship with family when it comes to money is specifically touchy. What about you? How do you feel about that?
No, I agree with you. I mean, like you said, being a firstborn male child to a Nigerian household can sometimes come with a lot of pressure. But for me, at least, I think one thing that's helped me is just like you learn boundaries. You learn how to, you learn what things you're willing to tolerate, what things you're not willing to tolerate. So like we're joking about WhatsApp, but that's something I really did. Like I deleted WhatsApp from right after I graduated college up until last year when I went to Nigeria because it's like it's too many random people reaching out to me asking me for things and I just like I don't know these people or I haven't
Mm-hmm.
talked to you in a long time, or even if I do know you, it's like I was a college grad and people were asking me for money. I didn't even have a job yet, so what am I gonna do for you? So
Yeah,
that was
very
that
true.
was the easiest way for me. I just deleted the app. If you needed to reach me, you could have reached me any other way, but I say that was it for me. Like just boundaries. You learn boundaries when you start getting into this position, and it just kind of molds for how you want to handle things going in the future.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. No, yeah, I think the more you get older, the more we realize that boundary is important. I think growing up, we're told that like, oh, we always have to be respectful for others. We have to like listen to what we're being told. But then we get to that position where it's like that doesn't have to be the case all the time. Like people have to respect our boundaries as well. Like they have to listen to us when we tell them things as well. So
You gotta tell them how it is.
exactly, exactly. Very true. Another thing that I think involves money when it comes to us, especially like Nigerians, like the Nigerian culture, is the festivities or activities that we have as a family. So that can be from wedding, from birthdays,
Burials,
burials, to birth, to all of these celebrations, 60th, 50th, all of these parties that we throw.
random
And
Thursday.
and so with all of these, there are some expenses that might come our way because we want to support family, we want to show up for family. How have you navigated that recently, just knowing what you know about money moving forward?
Yeah, like in our culture, like you kind of mentioned, like we tend to support our families whether we want to or not in those situations, and it's a good practice. Honestly, it's a good practice knowing that
Because you want people to be there for you as
exactly,
well. So it's
exactly.
like there's no harm in it, but I think there should be a way that it's approached.
Yeah, no, there's definitely, like you said, you want people to show up for you, so you show up for other people. One thing we do in my family, and we recently implemented it, is when someone's having an event, in the past, we would all send money, send them like, I send my money, my brother send my money, my sister sends her money, my parents send. But what we do now is we just put the money together. We'll send it to one person, and that person will send it wherever it needs to go. And this is from our family. And that has
Mm-hmm.
helped us because like now it costs, I mean, we're all sending a little bit less, but the impact is still significant because it's a large sum of money. And that works for us because it's like we have an understanding of how we want to help people or how we want to support people going forward. And it's a good system.
No, yeah, that is a great system, low key. I might have to talk to my parents about that one. But I mean, because that way is like you said, you've established a boundary that okay, this is coming from the entire family, so no reason to reach out to each person individually and stuff like that. So yeah, that's definitely a good practice.
Sometimes those sums of money, when you add it all up, is a lot of money when everybody send their money
Mm-hmm.
separately. Like, not to say I want to give you less money, but You know,
Because like when you put it together, it's more like a lump sum, and so
yeah,
they can be more
exactly.
thankful for that.
Exactly. So you were talking about money and relationships being like another one that's really sensitive. So like what are some things you've noticed in, dealing with money and relationships that have guided you to where you are now?
So money, when it comes to your significant other, honestly, I think that from my experiences, you want to lean more towards financial transparency. So quite the opposite when it comes to your family, where you don't want to necessarily be too open with your finances. If you're living with someone, if this is someone you're looking to grow with, you're looking in someone that you're going to spend the rest of your life with, you're obviously going to have to be open with this person, because what's happening is that you're bringing two people from two different financial backgrounds, and you're telling them to coexist, to live together, even with these money differences. And so 9 times out of 10, that's not going to be the easiest things to do, because we all see money differently. One person might not see the value in saving. One person might not see the value in investing long term. One person might prefer to spend all their money at once. So it's like these are things that we have to take into consideration whenever we're dealing with our significant other when it comes to money. So one thing that I've learned that I utilize is that I'm more financially transparent of how I approach my money, so they know that what I'm comfortable with. So when I say that I invest 30% of my money, so now you know that 30% is gone. I only
Gone.
have 70 to like mess with, and that's what we're going to use to do whatever we need to do. And so I think, and then also my partner is saying that okay, she wants to save for a particular thing. Okay, and that's fine with me. So now I know that like, okay, she has things that she's working on as well. So in a relationship, I feel like financial transparency is the best course of action. And then from there, each person can kind of devise how they want to live financially with each other, and how they want to make all of their things fit into their financial picture. But I mean, you're engaged, so I think I want to listen to
Not too
how
much.
okay, but I want to see like how I want to hear more about how you approach finances when it comes to your significant other.
Yeah, definitely. First of all, we love love over here. We love love. Before they kill me. I think what you said, financial transparency is definitely your relationship should be built on that. If you're looking to grow with someone, if you're looking to build with someone, if this is the person you're trying to spend the rest of your life with, and you're looking to be in situations where you guys are accomplishing goals and acquiring things together, I think financial transparency is the way to go. Every relationship is different. The way everyone is going to do things is different, because we all are in different situations. But
Mm-hmm.
like, for my situation at least, we are not like, on the internet they'll be like, you should go 50-50, or they'll say the man should pay for everything. We don't subscribe to any of those foolish mentalities. We don't subscribe to any of those. My partner and I, we're working towards things, and we know that there's goals we both like to accomplish in life. So
Yeah.
we're both all in. And I mean, all in means that we're both all in the sense that like there is no 50-50. It's just 100%. However 100% needs to be made, we're going to get to that 100% one way or another. So whether I'm paying 70% something and she's paying 30 today, or tomorrow it might be she's paying 60 and I'm paying 40, or I'm paying all of it today. It doesn't really matter. It's just however it needs to be done at that moment is how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And that's basically how we live our lives, not outside of just finances. That's how we live our lives too. It's like we just, however things need to be done is how they get done. Obviously, I'm a man, and I understand as a man, there are certain things that I should do, or there are certain ways I should see things, but we're both all into all the goals we're trying to accomplish. How do you maneuver this?
No, that's a great point, because like what you're explaining is more like that's like a team
Yes.
basically. Like we both have one goal in mind, but how are we going to get there as a team? So on a team, you can have one person that at times they're putting more effort into the team. They have a specific position that requires them to do more at that particular point in time, and so that's what they're fulfilling. So I like that analogy for sure. I mean, I'm right there with you. Like when I'm dating, when I'm trying to figure out who my partner is, when I was dating, when I
I'm just making sure the internet knows it's not just one of us.
when I was dating, trying to figure out like who I want my partner to be, I'm obviously looking, okay, who is someone that we can have like a good partnership with? Who can I see as my teammate? Basically, who's going to help me like achieve the goals that we want in life, or who can I help achieve her goals in life as well? So those are the things I was looking for. You don't want someone that you're necessarily like they're on just on the ride with you, because more then you're the one that's going to be taking on a lot of the burdens of providing for taking care of them. And honestly, I'm not looking for someone to just take care of. I'm looking for someone to take care of me as well. But then you said like as a man, I also know it is my job to take care of the person I want to be with long term. So when it comes to finances, I don't have a problem with necessarily helping out more financially or contributing more
Yeah,
financially, because I know I'm the man, I'm the one that's going to be taken care of. But the
exactly.
reason why I'm doing that is because I know the person I'm with is also going to help me, is going to assist me or take care of me in the ways that I can't necessarily do for myself or I can't do financially. And so that's where that whole partnership comes into play. So like you said, I think it just depends on each relationship and trying to figure out what best works for each person. And from there, trying to figure it out. That's the whole point. Okay. So like as we said before, my boy Dami here, he's engaged. But before any of that happened, before like while you were still in the streets, active in the streets, going on dates, what were some green and red flags that you noticed from people that you were talking to when it came to money?
I'd say a red flag for me is an unwillingness to like, show me some love when we're going on dates. So like if we're going on dates, like I'm gonna pay for it. Like, but if I don't see you reaching your purse once, like if I don't see you, if you're not like, oh, let me buy this drink or let me buy this appetizer or let me take you out this one time. We've been on like
Is this first date, second date?
no, I mean like after like two or three.
Okay.
Earlier the better.
Fair,
For
fair.
the earlier the better for you. Oh shoot, man. Oh shoot.
Crazy.
Oh my gosh. But by like two or three, if you're not even willing to pull your card out, like I'm still gonna pay, but I would love to see the willingness from you. So
Yeah.
like that unwillingness is a red flag for me. What is one for you? Or a green flag, either or.
Okay, let's start with red flag. This guy's a funny guy. But red flag, I think if I notice just like their money behavior, like if I notice that this person is not necessarily money conscious, that's a red flag for me. So a good example, like one I can think of, like this is actually like it happened. Like this girl orders DoorDash every day. So I'm just like, if you're ordering DoorDash every day, one, you're not conscious of how much you're spending, because one DoorDash order is at least $20 to $30. You're not spending $30 to cook one meal. So why are you spending that to buy like food for yourself like every day,
Twice
like
a day.
twice a day? Yeah. So it's like that just means that you're not conscious of how much you're spending. You're wasting money there, even if you have it. I mean, yeah, she had a nice job, but like if you're spending that money on food, when you have access to my money, you're probably going to be doing the same thing. And so like that's a no-no, because I'm like, I don't even pay for delivery. I go pick up the food. So
I'm right there with you.
so that's a red flag for sure. I'll say, okay, a green flag for me is if we're on these dates, we have obviously you're gonna have conversations with people just to get to know them. And I'm one that I bring up finances, not necessarily like how much you make, but I just bring up like, oh, I'm interested, like I'm into investing. I do stocks, I do options.
I say
What do you? I say exactly. I save. So like, do you know anything about this? Do you do anything about like? Do you have any experience with this? So a green flag for me is like, even if she doesn't necessarily know, like if she knows, that's a plus. But even if she doesn't know, but it's like someone that's like, okay, I can tell that she's interested in learning more about, okay, what I'm talking about, because then it's like she knows that, okay, I can provide some value of some sort, and I know that she's open to she's open to investing and learning more about how to manage her money properly. So if I can tell that there's that interest there when it comes to managing your money properly, that's definitely a green flag for me. What would you say your green flag is?
I say my green flag, I mean, it's just the opposite of my red flag. So just that willingness to
to take care of
To
you.
take care of me. Like you said earlier, I'm not trying to have someone take care of me. I want someone that we're willing to take care of each other. So like, take me on a date one every once in a while, or at least offer.
This guy is such a soft boy.
Hey man, you can tell. You can tell. Show me some love, man.
No, I mean that's facts. I think I mean that's definitely one thing that like I would say I noticed in my partner also. It's like it's not necessarily me just taking care of her all the time. Like you obviously want someone that will do the same for you as well. So
I mean, I'm just used to having good partners who do those things for me, so I have the expectation that other people will.
well, I guess that's why you're engaged now. So that makes sense.
Look at it. It all adds up. It all makes sense.
Okay. One other relationship that does involve money, I would say is friendships, right? So we have friends, like we go out together, we go on trips, money is involved some way, some shape or form. How has your relationship with friends changed over time when it comes to money?
Money and friends is a funny one. So like, it's like you see like how friends fall out over time, and a lot of times over money.
Mm.
And you can understand it because like people will play with you sometimes
I
with
mean,
money.
yeah.
Sometimes your friends, they'll do some crazy things to you and you'll end up like feeling really played about it. So I think like with money and friends, there should always be like a healthy
Like respect.
respect. Exactly. There should be a respect in how you handle money with your friends. If we're all going out and, you know, like we're all going somewhere to get drinks and our tab comes out, we should split the tab equally amongst everyone that was there. It shouldn't even be a discussion. Like we should
Mhm.
all know what it is. Like, or if we're all going on a trip and we're going to book an Airbnb or something, it's just split it 5 ways or 6 ways. And I think those are the type of things that like money and friends, that respect should be there.
No, I think respect when it comes to your friends also like is very important when it comes to money because with that, let's say like you say you go out and your friend like y'all spend money and for some reason they don't want to send you the money for it. Like they're basically just saying they don't respect you and the money that you spent like on them. Especially if it's not someone like, oh, you're like, oh, I got it. You like we all agree to do this. So I definitely see like the whole respect part for sure. Also believe in the whole show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are kind of
Facts.
mindset.
Facts.
So like if you have 3 friends that they're known for going out every day, going out every weekend, spending hundreds of dollars on bottles, that's eventually going to become your lifestyle where eventually you're spending this crazy amounts of money on going out every weekend.
Or if all your friends invest in the stock market,
Exactly. You're going to be one of the people that invest in stock market as well. So like if your friends are like business minded, they invest, you're also going to be one of those people. And so I feel like when it comes to money, that's honestly what I've used to figure out like who my good friends are. If I know friends that hey, this family. But so this really
so I don't
how
count.
I mean family is over friends, but I mean family is over friends. But so honestly, because if I see like my friend and he's doing well with his money, he's investing, he's buying property. This is obviously someone I want to like, okay, figure out like what is he doing? Like, how can I learn from him? How can I do the things that he's doing? And like we all can grow our money. But if I see my friends going out every weekend spending thousands of dollars, I'm like,
What is he doing?
I mean, if he's no, honestly, anybody that spends that much money like with no care or reason, it can be good. Not it can be good. It can be good. So it's like that. Those are not necessarily, and also that's not the kind of lifestyle that I want to live as well. So it's like that's kind of like so when I see how people treat money, that's honestly the way that I figure out like who are the people I want to be associated with, or the people I don't want to be associated with.
Mm. So how do you handle um borrowing money with friends or like splitting trips? So like if you're ever in a situation where money is exchanging hands or transactions are taking place on a group setting, like how do you handle those situations?
I mean, when it comes to the like splitting bills, obviously, I think that just goes back to the whole respect thing that we talked about. But when it comes to borrowing people money, like if I'm just saying like a friend asks me for money and it's just like he needs it for something, honestly, I try not to put myself in that kind of position because I know it could turn the friendship
It turns
sour.
sour,
If
yeah.
anything, if anything ever was to happen, like I didn't get my money
Yeah.
back. And so I try not to put myself in that kind of situation. If anyone asks me for money, really, it's honestly just me giving it to them and not necessarily borrowing it. It's something that I'm just like, okay, I'm okay if I don't get it back. But there's also like the person that asks and the amount. So if it's someone that I'm really close with, I might entertain the idea of me borrowing the person. But if it's someone that we just know each other, we're not necessarily close, I already know like I can't really trust this person, so I'm not necessarily going to borrow them money. And then also the amount, if it's anything more than like $200-300, now I need to know why I'm borrowing the money. I'm not just gonna give the money out there, because when it comes to that, now like, okay, if I don't get it back, I'm going to feel some type of way. So
Yeah.
to prevent that, I'm gonna ask questions. So if you're comfortable with that, I mean, sure, ask me. But 9 times out of 10, I'm not borrowing people money, just not to be in that position.
Yeah. It all comes down to respect, like you said. Like if we're going on a trip, split it amongst however many people is going there.
Mm-hmm.
Splitting bills, like same thing. Like, and then the borrowing the money, like I'm on the same. I'm of the same thought of you. Like I try to avoid borrowing people money, but if I do borrow you money, it's gonna be up to a limit where I'm okay. Like I don't want to lose this money, obviously,
Yeah.
but
If it doesn't come back, I'm
exactly.
good.
If it doesn't come back, I don't need to go put money on your head. Because if I borrow you like, if I borrow, if I borrow you like $1,000, $2,000, now okay, I might come to your front door. I gotta see like what's going on. But like, if you borrow like 100, 200 from me, like you said, probably up to 300 is the amount where it's like it's gonna hurt me, but I might just cut you off as a friend and let it be that.
Let it be.
But like if it's 500, like this friendship is going to continue because I need that money. I need that money back. I need that back. So yeah, I kind of see it the same way as you. Do you? I mean, I guess you kind of talked about this, like show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. I was gonna ask you if you like talk money with your friends. Do you encourage financial literacy with your friends? Do you teach your friends these things? But that's kind of what we're doing right now.
I mean, yeah, like I'm like exactly. That's how exactly this started. Dami is one of the people that I talk finances, I talk stock market with all the time, and then we had an idea, and here is
Product.
the product of that idea. So I mean, that's honestly at this stage of life, that's honestly the kind of friends I'm looking for. People that have ideas, people that are utilizing their money the right way. I mean, having fun in school, like don't get it wrong. I'll be outside like for a good time, but
I don't.
cap. I'll be outside for a good time, but also knowing like when, like how to limit that and how to be smart when it comes to those kind of things as well. So, but yeah, I think I'm in that phase of life where I want my friends to be making moves and figuring out how we can make moves together.
So I guess we can move on to our segment of the show.
The favorite segment, everyone's favorite segment.
Everyone's favorite segment.
Okay.
I think this segment is kind of funny because like we talk about different scenarios and sometimes they come off as toxic or sometimes they come off as non-realistic, but most of the stuff we say is realistic and half of the stuff we've done them ourselves. Like the investing right before earnings, that's something I still struggle with sometimes. Like I have to stop myself from doing it sometimes, but it's just realistic scenarios and we're making them funny and we're laughing at them, but the goal of it is so that people understand like some of this stuff doesn't really make sense and we shouldn't be doing them. So that being said, let's hop into, is it making sense? I will present you with a scenario and you will let me know if it's making sense or not.
All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
So your partner wants to combine finances but has bad spending habits. Is it making sense or not?
It's not making sense. So I'm not giving you access to my money if you have bad spending habits and don't know how to control your impulses. So first, what we're going to do, first, we might not even be partners because I'm not getting with someone that has
We won't even make it that far. We're not even gonna make it that far.
that has bad for spending habits. But first, I'll say if you do find yourself in that situation, you first have to figure out trying to help. You first have to let that person know that, okay, some of the decisions that you make with your money are not the best and we need to figure this out before we can combine finances. Because when you do that, now you're giving them access to your money, not just their money. And so they have free reign to do whatever they want to do. And that if you don't agree with their train of thought, it's going to lead to arguments, it's going to lead to issues within a relationship. So if you're wanting to avoid that, don't put yourself in that situation. So yeah, it's not making sense.
Like you said, like yeah, you shouldn't even put yourself in that situation for it to get to that point. If your partner has bad spending habits, it's something you guys should work on before you combine your money. I'm not going down with the shit personally. So like, if that's the situation, yeah, our finances is gonna be separate. We're gonna live in different apartments, all that. We're not even gonna make it to that. We have to work on it before we make a step.
Definitely, definitely. All right, I have one for you. Okay. So you've already said that you want someone that at least will offer to pay on like date number 3, number 4. Okay, let's say we're on date number 4 now. She has pulled out the wallet, so everything is green so far. And then, so you now bring up investing. She tells you that she doesn't know anything about investing, but she is open to like learning and how to spend her money better. Are you cutting her off because she doesn't know anything about investing, or is there a shot there? Is it making sense?
No, I think that's making sense because like you might not know, but you're willing to learn. So like you started with putting the card out, so that's green already. That's green already. But the willingness to learn is great because I mean we all start from somewhere. So
Yeah.
like you acknowledging you don't know anything about it and you would like to learn more is I love that. So like that's a green flag. It's making sense. It's making
No, yeah. I mean, I think that's the one I talked about earlier, where like you don't have to know anything honestly, but it's like if we can have a conversation, I know that this is something that you're open to, there's something that you want to learn more about. That's a green flag there, because that's not everyone is open to that. People think that investing is a scam, like they're gonna lose their money, they're gambling. No. So yeah, that's definitely a green flag for sure. It's making sense.
okay. All right. So last one. You lent a friend some money 2 months ago. You lent a friend $750 2 months ago.
150,
$750.
almost 1K.
Almost 1K, yep. But you see him online. He just went to Greece. He's popping bottles. He's in the section with like 5 females, and they're having a great time. Is it making sense or not?
And he hasn't paid my money back. Hey, see.
Your last message was on red.
Oh, and he left me on red. Oh, that's crazy. That's nasty work. See, I mean, that's why I already said that I'm not in the market of borrowing people money, because then when you see that, it's like this guy is just playing in your face. They're like, there's no respect there. You can't even call that person a friend anymore, because how are you doing that? Leaving me on red, not paying my money back, but then I see you are clearly spending money wherever you are. So
He's spending his credit card. He don't have no money.
and see, and that's why I already told you that the money is how you pick your friends. There's no reasonable friend of mine that will be spending money they don't have popping bottles. So I told you, don't borrow friends' money and use money to pick your friends.
Nah, I agree. Like you said, at that point, that's not a friend, and I gotta see what's up with you at that point, because you're playing in my face, and either you think I'm not gonna use the word. You must think I'm a cat, or you think I'm a female dog. One of the two, and I'm gonna show you that I'm neither. So yeah, like I agree. Like that's not a friend, and that's why it's not great to always borrow money, and especially in larger amounts.
Yeah, definitely. But that was a good one. That was a good one.
Anything going on in the economy this week? Do we have anything going on the economic calendar? Any dates we need to be aware of?
The only thing that stood out to me, particularly this week, was that Bitcoin did hit its 52-week low. We haven't seen that price, well, I guess in over a year.
It's like 80K.
80, yeah, it was about 80K, 80,000. Funny enough, recording this, we do see something bouncing back. Like it did pull up a little bit, so we did see like buyers step in, but that's just going back to the fact of going back to episode 2. It was like what you should invest in, with cryptocurrencies. It's a lot more volatile than regular stocks. So you can say from all-time high in, was it September?
The 80K, that's like 30%.
That was 30%. So it pulled from like 120 to 80K, losing 40K. So imagine if you bought you bought at all-time high and you pull back. Obviously, you're not going to feel good about Bitcoin, but that's just the volatility when it comes to like crypto. And then we've talked about that consistently.
This is why you never buy something at all-time highs.
No, stay away from that.
You never do it.
If you didn't get on for the ride, like you just have to watch.
Yeah. If you didn't buy it at the all-time high and you were smart about that, now would be the time to buy.
Now would be the time to buy.
You don't put all your money into it, but you buy little by little at cheaper prices.
Definitely,
Like we
definitely.
mentioned this in our past episode, like when things pull back, that's when you buy them. It's hard because in your mind you see red, but that is the time to buy. And if any of your favorite stores were on discount, you would run to the store. So there's no reason why you shouldn't run to investing. It might be down for the next 3 weeks, it might be down for the next 2 months, but it's cheaper than its all-time high. So it's a discount. So it's the time to buy
Yeah.
for good assets.
All right. So another thing that made the news of recent was Donald Trump talking about the 50-year mortgages. How do we feel about that? before I say my opinion, how do we feel about that?
We don't feel great about it. 50
Yeah.
year mortgages and 15-year car notes.
Yes, I did see a 15-year car note.
We don't feel great about either.
No, there's no reason why you should be handcuffing yourself to a payment that long, because not one, like, obviously the whole reason that they're doing is because you're going to have lower payments.
Yeah.
But the lower payments is basically just like the shiny object,
Yeah.
but you're not seeing what they're hiding. What they're hiding is the interest payment that you're going to pay over this period of
Forever.
time. Exactly. The interest payment is going to be significantly more from how much the principal was that you're borrowing. You're probably going to pay 2 or 3 times that principal amount just because you wanted to borrow the money today for that 50-year mortgage. So that honestly is not a smart financial plan unless you have a plan of paying the property off
Early or something.
early. Exactly. Then you can benefit from the low payments. But if your goal is to get a 50-year mortgage and you want to pay for the next 50 years, I do not support that idea, and it's not a great one.
Even with the car, like we're in 2025. How many people do you know are driving a car from 2010?
Yep.
Not too many. So why would you go get a 15-year mortgage so that in 2040 you'll be driving a 2025 car? It doesn't make any
It
sense.
doesn't make any sense.
It makes no sense. Like, think of the advancement of technology over 15 years. You wouldn't even want to be driving a 15-year-old car at that point.
Like you said, so if you're paying a 15-year car loan for a vehicle today, in the next 5 years, that vehicle is not going to be one that you want to drive.
15 years would be insane. In the next 5 to 10 years, who knows how many people are going to have self-driving cars with different car companies. So like, why would you tie yourself to that? And like you said, you're just going to be paying so much more money. It's literally a handcuff. I don't want to get too deep into like conspiracy theories and stuff, but like most of the time when banks do these type of things, it's for their own benefit. It's not for the benefit of people.
They're not doing it for people.
They're trying to make more money. That's all it is. They're just trying to make more money. And it just sounds good because your payment will be lower, but you're going to be handcuffed to them for longer. You're going to be paying this interest for longer. And it's not a great idea. If you don't, unless you, like you said, unless you have a plan for paying it off early, that's what you're trying to, or maybe you're investing the difference. I don't know. But like the average person, you just want to live in a house, 50-year mortgage does not make sense.
Yeah, and 9 times out of 10, like, you're not going to invest that difference. You're going to use that for something else.
You might tell yourself you will, but you won't.
You might justify it with that, but like 9 times out of 10, you're not going to do that. So yeah, so definitely we don't encourage a 50-year mortgage unless just everything just turns to shit and that's the only option. But yeah, we don't encourage that. But I think that's all we had today for people. I mean, I think so. This episode, I think it really covered how we approach money in all our different relationships, touching on family, our significant other, the friendships that we have, because money is very important. Like, we live in an economy that money controls, and so how you maneuver, how you take care of your money is very important. And with that, I think that's it. Any last words?
Thank you for sticking around to the end of this episode. Like we say, we're going to be back next week with another one. Like, comment, subscribe, follow us on all our social media, and comment below some of the funny money interactions you've had in life that have taught you either boundaries with family or just transparency with relationship or just like help you choose your friends. So like, we want to hear some of your stories. You've heard some of ours. We want to hear some of yours. And thank you guys for sticking around for this episode again.
All right, with that, we've come to the end of episode 4
live
of Common Sense. We were all trying to make sense of our sense. Thank you.